So let's turn to goal setting, because when I first found that out, that was a real shocker, that our unconscious is involved in goal setting. A little bit concerning, but something we definitely need to know more about. So not all of our goals are consciously chosen. That was just... The environment can trigger goals and direct our behavior without us realizing it. So this efficiency is helpful, but sometimes the unconscious can set goals that we wouldn't consciously choose. So our unconscious mind doesn't just seek accuracy, it also wants us to feel good about ourselves. It could lead to self-deception, but a little self-deception can actually be healthy. It helps us maintain optimism and well-being. And the adaptive unconscious is actively involved in learning, in selection, interpretation, evaluation, goal setting. And the loss of these abilities would be devastating to us. So this shocker for me about the non-conscious goal setting, it's hard to believe, but not all the goals that drive your life are consciously chosen. So in fact, the environment can silently trigger goals and steer your actions without you ever realizing it. So this means you might find yourself striving for things you never deliberately decided on, simply because subtle cues around you activated those goals in your mind. You know, your adaptive conscious sets goals, shapes your motivation, and even directs your behavior, all beneath the surface of awareness. It's a reminder that sometimes you're not just the author of your goals, you're also the audience, discovering them as you go. That's kind of like the whole concept of the observer, a little different way, but you're observing yourself live and act. And there's a lot that's difficult to accurately explain. You can guess, but accuracy is another matter. For example, imagine yourself walking in a grocery store and you see signs and displays of fresh fruit, vegetables, and messages about well-being. Without realizing it, you find yourself reaching for healthier options, even if you didn't plan to. So the environment has primed your unconscious to pursue the goal of well-being, nudging your choices automatically. Also consider another example, like you're at a family gathering. The room is filled with photos of loved ones and reminders of shared memories. Suddenly you feel more patient, caring, or motivated to connect, even if you arrived there feeling tired or distracted. Or maybe there's a relative you didn't much care for, right? So the environment has unconsciously activated your goal to nurture relationships and be present for others. Another example, like you're at your desk and you see a sticky note with an inspiring quote and about focus, or a picture of someone you admire for their work ethic. Without thinking about it, you find yourself working more diligently or resisting distractions. The visual cue has primed your mind to pursue the goal of productivity. So now what about this matter of accuracy? So the accuracy versus the feel-good conflict, right? Your unconscious, the non-conscious wants you to see the world accurately, but at the same time, it wants you to feel good about yourself, right? So this is the deception, the self-deception. We had a video about that. You might want to check that out later. So a central battleground within yourself is the ongoing conflict between the need for accuracy and the desire to feel good about yourself. The adaptive unconscious is constantly balancing these two motives, and sometimes prioritizing the truth, other times favoring your self-esteem. So how we navigate this internal struggle shapes not only our self-understanding, but also our overall well-being. And a healthy dose of self-deception can be adaptive, but losing touch with reality is also harmful. You might know some people that have lost touch with reality. So the double-edged sword. The adaptive unconscious helps us navigate the world quickly and efficiently, but it's not always accurate. Quick categorization can lead to stereotyping and prejudice. Because so much of our mental life is unconscious, we often don't know how we're sizing up the world, or even the true nature of our own personalities. The conflict between the need to be accurate and the desire to feel good about ourselves is one of the major battlegrounds of the self. And how this battle is waged is central to who we are and how we feel about ourselves. So here are the thought-provoking homework questions. God forbid I should give you any homework. Just some thought-provoking questions, as I promised. So the first one is, what is one recurring habit or reaction in your life that you can't fully explain? Where do you think it comes from? The purpose of this question is to encourage you to notice your automatic behaviors and consider their unconscious origins. So remember, every day you and I are building a stronger mind. I hope you have a chance to check out some of my other videos.